year 5. As you know, we're moving on to addition and subtraction over the next few weeks in class. So this pre-teach video is all about addition. We're going to look particularly at the formal method for adding large numbers, so using the column method to add numbers. And what we're really going to be working on in class is making sure that we understand that exchanging process. So in other words, what happens when we have 10 or more of one place value, and how we need to exchange those numbers or digits to make one or more of the next place value. Okay, so I'm going to line my digits up because that's really important when we're adding. So 7,378 plus 4,835, and then I'm going to put 2 lines. Of course, you do this with a pencil and ruler underneath, so I can write my answer in here, and everything's going to be lined up nicely. Okay, so there we have it. My ones with my ones, tens with tens, hundreds with hundreds, and thousands with thousands. I'm also going to show you this addition using the concrete resources, the place value cards that you'll be using in class, and that's going to really help you explain and justify what you're doing with your partner. So, if we look at the first, we always obviously start with the digit that's furthest to the right, and in this case, because they're whole numbers, it's our ones column. So, 8 ones plus 5 ones. Let's have a look. So 8 ones plus my 5 ones is 13 ones. Okay, so I am going to add those together, put them down here as part of my answer, but of course I can't keep all 13 ones here. So I'm going to take 10 of my ones, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. I'm going to take 10 ones, and I know that 10 ones is the same as 1 10. So I'm going to exchange those 10 ones for 1 10. And I'm going to put that 1 10 up here in my tens column, ready to add on when I look at my tens. And in my answer is the 3 remaining ones. So I haven't got rid of the other 10 ones, I've just exchanged them into 1 10. Let's just do that as a calculation. So 8 ones plus 5 ones give me 13 ones. I kept 3 of those ones, and the other 10 ones I've exchanged for 1 10. I'm going to put that at the top of my tens column, and I'm going to add that on in a little while. So now I'm going to look at my tens column. I've got 7 tens plus 3 tens, which of course make 10 tens, but I have that extra 1 10 that I'm going to add on as well, which gives me 11 tens. So let's just look at that. Here are my 2, 4, 6, 7 tens. I'm going to add that to my 3 tens, move them all down into my answer section, and then don't forget to add the extra one that you've carried over, that you've exchanged and you've carried over. That gives me my 11 tens, and of course I'm not going to keep all my 11 tens. I'm going to take 10 of those tens. Every time I get 10 of one place value, it makes one of the next one up. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I'm going to take those 10 tens and I'm going to exchange them, because 10 tens is the same as 100. So I'm going to exchange my 10 tens for 100. That 100 I'm now going to put up at the top of my hundreds column, and I'm going to add that on when I come to work out my hundreds. And you can see that I've got 1 10 left in my answer box. Let's just look at that over here. 7 tens plus 3 tens equals 10 tens, plus my 1 10 is 11 tens. I'm keeping 1 10, and the other 10 tens I exchange for 100. I'm now going to put that 1 up here, and we know this is the hundreds column. Ones, tens, hundreds. I've already used this 1 10, I've added it on, so I'm going to cross that out now so I don't make a mistake. Now I'm going to add my hundreds, okay? So I've got 3 hundreds plus 8 hundreds, which make 11 hundreds, plus the 100 that I've exchanged. So that's going to make 12 hundreds. Let's check it out. So here we have my 300s. Add that to my 800s to make 11 hundreds, and my 1 extra 100 that I've exchanged now gives me 12 hundreds. Of course, like I've been saying, I can't keep 12 hundreds there because I've got more than 10. So I'm going to take 10 of them, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. I'm going to take my 10 hundreds, that leaves me with 2, and I'm going to exchange my 10 hundreds because 10 hundreds is the same as 1,000. So those 10 hundreds are going to go into my pot, and I'm going to exchange them for 1,000. And my 1,000 is going to go at the top of my thousands column, and that leaves me with 200s. Let's see how that looks on our column method. 300s plus 800s equals 1100s, plus my 100 is 1200s. I'm keeping 2 of my hundreds, and the other 10 hundreds I've exchanged for 1,000. So now my 1,000 goes up there. So finally, now I'm going to add my thousands. 7,000 plus 4,000s make 11,000s, plus my extra 1,000 makes 12,000. Let's have a look. So 2, 4, 6, 7,000 plus my 4,000 is 11,000, plus my extra 1,000, I've got 12,000s. I can't keep all 12,000, so I'm going to take 10 of them. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, and I'm going to exchange those 10,000s into 1 10,000, because as we know, 10,000s is the same as 1 10,000. And I'm going to put that up here. And I haven't got 10,000 place value cards, so I'll just draw one in. That's my right numbers. There it is. And that leaves me with 2,000s in the thousands column. Let's put that in. 7,000s plus 4,000s is 11,000s, plus my 1,000 is 12. I'm keeping 2 of them. And I've exchanged 10,000s into 1 10,000. Now, because it's the end of my calculation, there's nothing else to add. I'm just going to put that 1 10,000 straight into my answer, because, of course, 1, 10, 100,000, my 10,000 column is here, and there's nothing else to add, so it's going to go straight in. So I'm going to do that over here as well. My 1 10,000, I'll cross it out, and it's going to go here. So now you can see my answer. And remember, we put all our thousands together when we're saying the number. I've got a 10,000 and 2,000s. So I've got 12,213. Let's just check. 12,213. And remember, you can put your comma in after every 3 to help you read the number. 1, 2, 3, comma. 12,213. So that helps me make sure that I can really understand that exchanging process and what happens. So I'm just going to flick back, because now when you've done that, what we're going to be doing in class is making sure we really understand that number and really understand that number sentence. Could we represent it, the calculation, in a bar model? So we've been doing bar models in class, so let's just have a look at that very quickly. Don't spend much time on it, but just quickly so we can see. So there's my bar. And my total goes at the top of the bar. So my total for that calculation was 12,213. So my bar is 12,213. And I have added, to get to that, if I can get the right page, I have added 7,378 and 4,835. So 7,000 is going to take up most of my bar, 7,378, probably about here. And then 4,835. And when I add those two bits together, I get my full bar, which is 12,213. So it's always good to represent it in a bar, but I could also position the answer on a number line. So here I've got a number line between 0 and 15,000, and I want to put that 12,213 on the number line in the right place. And when we're dealing with number lines, we always find the halfway point first. So half of 15,000, half of 15 is 7.5. So half of 15,000 is going to be 7,500. So I know that 12,213 is more than 7,500. So it's going to be this side of my bar. I'm going to suggest, with estimating and looking at my bar closely, it's going to be closer to 15,000. So I'm going to put it around here. 12,213. Okay? So, lots of things we can do when we add two large digit numbers. The other thing we can do is write that number sentence in lots of different ways. So I'll quickly show you that before we finish. So I've got I'll write the number sentence out as we've done it. So it's 7,378 plus 4,835 equals 12,213. So I could write that in this way, which is the way we're probably most familiar with it. But I could also write 12,213 equals 7,378 plus 4,835, and that's still exactly the same as that. Just because my equals is at the start doesn't mean it's any different. I'm just moving it around. I could also say that 12,213 subtract 7,378 equals 4,835. That still makes sense with that number sentence. So I can play around with my number sentences and write them in lots of different ways. There's at least 3 or 4 other ways I could write that same number sentence. See if you can figure that out at home. Okay, so that's what we're going to be doing in class. So just a little recap. When you're adding using the formal method, make sure you line the digits up accurately. Talk through the exchanging process out loud, because it'll really help you make sure you understand what's happening. And then try and rewrite that number sentence in lots of different ways, showing it in a bar model, putting it on a number line. All those things will help you really secure your understanding of it. Here's one to try at home over the weekend, and we'll talk about it on Monday. Thank you.